Hello guys, today I'm going to review Ubuntu 18.04 LTS Beta 2, the final beta before the official release later this month. And we start off with the installer itself, since now there's a new option, a minimal installation option, which includes only the web browser and basic utilities, whereas the normal and default installation option includes the web browser, utilities, office software, games, and media players. Let's go with normal installation. And we're finally done with the installation process and logged into the Gnome 3.28 desktop. The first thing I notice is the new wallpaper with this cute beaver. And on the left side there's the usual dock. But let's start by checking the RAM usage out of the box, right after booting. (1.4 GB). Well, you also notice that the theme is still ambience. There was some discussion about changing the default theme for this release and including a modern theme created by the community, but that didn't come through, and the ambience theme is here to stay until 2023 at least. These are the applications installed out of the box. Let's check the version of the Gnome Desktop. It's indeed version 3.28. This is an upgrade from GNOME version 3.26.2 in Ubuntu 17.10. Let's quickly go through the settings. Let's see what wallpapers we can choose from. I like this version. But let's stick with the default one. You have the options for the dock as usual, now since 17.10, notifications, search, online accounts, the privacy tab, network, devices, and details. What about Nautilus? Well, as you can see, there has been some restyling. Now there's this dark pane over here, which wasn't present before. But crucially, I was expecting to be able to star files and folders into my favorites, which you can now do in GNOME 3.28. However, as you can see, there's no such option in this version of Ubuntu, and I was wondering why. If you see here, the version of Nautilus is still version 3.26 instead of version 3.28 like GNOME is. So, although this version of Ubuntu ships with GNOME 3.28, it has kept back Nautilus version 3.26, which is a shame because this new feature of Nautilus that allows you to star files and folders is quite handy, and I'd like to see this implemented on the final version of Ubuntu 18.04 LTS. On the other hand, if we open the calendar Whoops, we had a problem. Well, looks like GNOME Calendar has crashed with a segmentation fault. Well, this is still a beta release, so I'm expecting these bugs to be ironed out before the official release. Well, it took me several attempts to be able to open Calendar without it crashing a few seconds later. So I have to say that Calendar is a bit buggy even after upgrading all the packages. Now that I was able to open it, you can see that there's the weather for some days. There's this weather icon and the temperature. This is a new feature of Calendar in GNOME 3.28, and this time you can see that Ubuntu has included it. And I was also wondering why, and after checking the version of Calendar, you can see that it's 3.28, whereas, well, Nautilus is still in version 3.26 like I showed you before. The review is complete before opening the web browser. Let's check the version of Firefox. It's version 59.0.2, so it's up to date. This is the current stable version of Firefox. I noticed that there are still no client-side decorations, but this is no fault of Ubuntu. This feature will be released in Firefox version 60. What else do we have here? Well, LibreOffice. Let's check the version as well. Nice, version 6. Ubuntu 18.04 will use Linux kernel 4.15. And as you know, Canonical has announced that they will include some snubs by default in Ubuntu 18.04 LTS and forward. So let's see which snubs have been installed in this version of Ubuntu. As you can see, a few of them, not all, just the main ones. There's the core, there's GNOME 3.26, GNOME Calculator is also installed as a snub, GNOME Characters, GNOME Logs, and the GNOME System Monitor. And to wrap it up, some quick final words about Ubuntu 18.04 LTS Beta 2. Well, overall, I liked what I've seen, but I was expecting some bugs since this is still a beta release. I found some bugs, especially Calendar, which keeps crashing all the time. And I would also like to see the new feature that allows you to star your favorite files in Nautilus to be included on the final version of Ubuntu 18.04 LTS. Other than that, I must say that it felt like a stable release already. So, well, with some exceptions, like I've mentioned before, this is looking to become a promising LTS release. I'll finish up with the theme. I'm a bit disappointed that Ubuntu will use ambience. I would really like to see the new theme developed by the community to be used by default. I know it will still be available to install as a package, but the ambience theme is really starting to look outdated, and it could give the wrong impression about Ubuntu. That's it, guys. If you'd like to watch more videos like this one, please consider hitting the subscribe button below. And as always, use Linux long and prosper.